No matter the weather, Beamish is always a special place to go, especially when they begin putting their Christmas decorations up. Often the good thing about rainy weather is that Beamish can be quiet, creating some lovely photo opportunities without having people in modern clothing in the background spoiling the views. I was so torn about whether to go explore the houses or the street first in the 1950s area, as I know that both have incredible period appropriate decorations up, but the street was the chosen one after seeing how quiet it was. I don't think I've ever seen this street being so quiet, so I raced to have a good look and film some bits before the crowd started coming. First stop of the day was Roma Parish Toy Shop, with its fun windows festooned with paper chains, and of course Santa riding a foil rocket instead of a sleigh. Foil streamers hung around the shop with so many toys ready to be chosen and sent to Santa. Beamish have brought out their first Christmas jumper, complete with the buses, coal trucks and the tiny tin hammer that you drive through to get into Beamish Museum. I'd thought that they were going to sell out, so I bought one online as soon as they were announced, but I need not have bothered as there was piles of them in the shop. When mine arrives, I'll do an unboxing video. I love the selection of 1950s inspired toys that they have for sale. I think they're nice alternatives to the fancy computer style games that are available today, and I could see some new products that I had not seen from Beamish before. I thought that this 1950s magic Christmas tree was really interesting. From the instructions on the back, you mix up some chemicals and then the Christmas tree grows within 12 hours. So I bought it to give it a try. As you can see, the rain was just not letting off this day and was pit-pattering on my camera screen, making it look quite the mid-winter's day. One of my favourite things about Beamish Christmas season are the Christmas tree lights that sit on the Anfield Plain Co-op shop. I think they're so festive despite how subtle they are, and I always look forward to seeing this view with the garland entwined railings below. The windows are so lovely this year, with burgundy velvet lining and all manner of things that people would have saved up for all year. It's always worth having a look at the little outdoor stalls. They often have some different things to the main gift shop at the entrance, from hand-printed letters from the printers in the 1900s town, to Christmas baubles, toys and jigsaws. There were so many lovely gift ideas that had a vintage style to them, as well as sweets and edible items, which are always a favourite at Christmas. After a little browse, I decided to walk back to the 1950s houses, as their Christmas decorations are my favourite. It was also starting to rain again, but that's not a problem when there are so many indoor areas to explore. Inside the place houses were pastel coloured paper chains and a rather skinny looking Christmas tree. This house had my favourite decorations of the whole museum, I think. The Meta covered Christmas tree is just absolutely the dream, with so many baubles reminiscent of the ones that I have on my Christmas tree. Traditional crepe paper decorations were laid out to be made on the table, whilst more paper chains were decorating the sideboard and the mirror. All that exploring of Christmas in the 1950s was making me really hungry, so a quick pit stop at the Edwardian Bakery was really needed. It's always so hard to choose what I fancy from here, as it always smells so lovely and fresh. Today there was lots of scones and tray loaf cakes, from gingerbread to toffee. I bought some toffee cakes for my family to enjoy later, but I couldn't resist a sweet mince pie to enjoy now. Well, it's Christmas, isn't it? The Santa's grotto looked absolutely magical. No wonder the slots go so quick and are now sold out. Up the hill is the 1940s farm. For a make-do and men's style of Christmas, they had newspaper paper chains hung from the ceilings, as well as a real Christmas tree in the corner. Handmade decorations made with rags and any scraps were hung from the branches, and there's a newspaper snowflake sitting on top as the star. In the next cottage there was more Christmas decorations fit for an air warden or land girl. Brightly coloured paper chains added a bit of festive cheer, whilst another real Christmas tree was laden with little ornaments. If I had to pick an area of Beamish Museum that made me feel the most festive, I would have to say the Pit Village. The colours, sounds and smells just give me that exciting Christmas feeling. So if you're not feeling totally Christmassy yet, I challenge you to get through this area without feeling full of festive cheer. I love how greenery is used with bright red and yellow ribbons to create decorations that are very much Christmassy, whilst being in keeping with the types of materials people would have had to hand in 1900. Even the pit groomsmen had a little Christmas tree in a metal pail draped in ribbons. As Christmas is a season very much centred around children, the school is always decked out to reflect this. Paper chains are really in abundance here, really strewn around the hallways and classrooms. I love paper chains and I think they're such a cheap way of injecting colour and being historically accurate too. In this classroom is a Christmas tree, which must have been quite the treat for the students, especially if their families couldn't afford them at home. The Christmas tree is decorated with dried orange slices, red, yellow and green ribbons, and even some newspaper and fabric Christmas crackers. I loved the look of this pit cottage, with newspaper snowflakes being used as decorations on the shelves in the cabinets, as well as the newspaper being used to make little lanterns to hang on the paper chains. There's even a little tree in a pot decorated with dried oranges. The lady in the pit village was making a concoction that they gave as Christmas presents or put around their houses as decorations. In a glass jar they put dried oranges, some leaves such as ivy, star anise, cloves and cinnamon which was crushed, creating a lovely fragrant gift that would give off the smell of the festive season. When I think of Christmas, I tend to think of the smells more than the appearance of Christmas decorations and presents. Fresh pine, spicy cinnamon and clove, and also the smell of an open fire really makes me think that Christmas is fast approaching. chains and other paper decorations were also in the other pit village cottages, and I suppose the more that you made in the pit depending on what type and if any Christmas decorations that you could afford. There is a cute elf trail in the forest section that leads to the pit village, and it has expanded from last year to include more recognisable locations at Beamish. I love the Elfie fish and chip shop. It looks so much like the actual pit fish and chip shop. There are also little replicas of the 1950s shops and also the new Georgian Tavern that opened in the summer. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.